Hi, I'm Irving. Welcome back to TV Fails, where we examine shows from my era that lasted one season or less. At the moment, we're looking at the pilot episode of Misfits of Science. Dr. Billy Hayes is the leader of a group he just sort of slapped together. The team consists of his scientist friend L, who can shrink to the size of a Ken doll, Johnny B, who is a walking electrical generator, Gloria Donalo, a 17-year-old telekinetic girl who's been in trouble with the law, and Jane Miller, Gloria's probation officer. Billy and L just lost their jobs at Humanidyne, where they were doing research into what they call weird people, which is to say people like his little team here. The company got taken over by a money-hungry dude named Strickland. Strickland and an insane military man have built the most destructive weapon ever devised by human hands. The Senate is mulling over whether to fund this weapon or not. Nobody realizes these lunatics have already built it. When Billy's mentor, Dr. Momquist, tries to expose them, Strickland has him kidnapped and drugged. He manages to put a call through to Billy, but couldn't say much because of the drugs. Billy and the others know they have to get him out of there and find out what Strickland is up to. Unfortunately, there are guards at the place where Momquist is incarcerated. The guards have guns. They also have orders to shoot on sight anybody who approaches the complex.
Evening.
This area is off limits at night, sir.
Well, not for the company basketball team. Oh, didn't anyone tell you guys? Well, we're having our first team meeting in the conference room in the military complex, level 1.
A basketball team was his original plan for those shirts. He wanted to call the team Misfits of Science. It didn't materialize because his star center can't play basketball for beans.
I'm going to need to see some ID.
Sure, IDs. Gotta see some IDs. Okay, listen, what do you think about will a Tina Turner fan club card do? I guess not.
Is he just being goofy like that to try and distract him, or is he really like that?
Nice work, Glove.
He was trying to distract him. I was worried there for a minute.
Hayes, I feel ridiculous wearing this thing. I mean, just because you had them lying around.
We're a team, B-man. The uniforms, they help us think like a team. Besides, I had them lying around.
You can be cool later, Johnny. Right now, we have a job to do.
There is a huge groundswell, both in this country and abroad, that opposes this weapon.
We hear the Ruskies are shaking in their boots.
Seems everyone is, General.
The general thinks that's a good thing. The senator isn't so sure. The Cold War was still raging at this time. Things had warmed just a bit with Gorbachev and his policy of glasnost, but nuclear proliferation was still the order of the day. I'll let the senator explain that.
Now, you know, and I know, that we don't actually use nuclear weapons. What we do is we stockpile them. At least, that's the theory here. Isn't it?
Senator, the phrase you're groping for is mutually assured destruction. The idea is that both sides know they can't win a nuclear war. Everybody will be obliterated and their once proud nations will become radiation wastelands. That's supposed to be the barrier that keeps anybody from actually pushing the button.
Of course it is.
Not when you have someone like those two in charge of the button. The general isn't interested in PR or the public's opinion. As I said before, he likes his loud noises. The Misfits are on the move. After those guards, they should have a clear path into the complex.
And we've covered all the bases.
It's locked?
It's locked.
It's made of glass. Kick a hole in it. Or you can do that. The only problem, that set off the sprinkler system. Johnny can't go inside without getting killed by his own juice. He'll have to wait until they can figure out another way to get him inside.
Senator Donner, we understand your concerns, and I can assure you that the name Humanidyne and the word security are synonymous. Yes.
Something wrong, Doctor?
There's just been a break-in in the military division.
I'm sorry, what was it you were saying about your outfit?
The name Humanidyne and the word security are synonymous.
That's what I thought you said. Any chance you want to revise that statement?
Hello?
Great idea. Well, got a minute? Look, you gotta do this for parties.
Keep him breaking glow. We'll be right back.
One of the most amazing things about Glow's power is how durable it is. She can keep those guys twirling up there all day if she needs to. Of course, it can get a little boring.
Is that him?
Yeah.
What's he wearing?
We call it a refrigeration suit.
Just gonna make our job a whole lot easier.
Billy,
Yeah.
let's talk to your mom. There's a door button inside.
Yeah? So who's gonna push it?
I am.
He'll shrink down to size, Billy will put him up there, and they'll tie a string around him so they can lower him down to the button. Basically, he's repelling Ken, the companion doll to mountain climber Barbie. Oh yeah, Jane hasn't seen that yet. That thing she's holding is a thermal blanket. They thought they were going to need it for Arnold, but since he's in that suit, it shouldn't be necessary. So it's okay that she dropped it. Strickland and the General have called out all the forces to deal with this break-in.
They get a description of the aggressor.
Yes, sir. And? 3 men, 1 woman, and a teenage girl in an ice cream truck.
A what?
I hope he doesn't come down on that guy. He's just the messenger. It's not his fault the message sounds so silly.
Dr. Mom, it's Lincoln. It's Al. Yo, hello, over here?
Lincoln,
What are they doing to you? What's happened?
neutron beam. They built it. It's real.
The neutron beam is real?
He says, don't worry about me. Go save the world. Stop them.
Dr. Mom!
Maybe you should have had Billy talk to him. He's all right. He just fainted like pretty much any of us would do in that situation. Elle reports to Billy about the neutron beam, and they know they're the only ones with the resources to stop the whole thing. Outside, Strickland and the General now know who they're dealing with and what they're after. The General has determined that they won't leave the facility alive. Johnny has been cooling his heels in the truck because of the water situation. But here come the soldiers, and judging by the equipment they're bringing, they mean business.
Maybe someday you'll be a man, and you'll be the leader of a rock and roll band. Many people coming from miles around to hear you play music till the sun goes down. Maybe someday your name will be in lights. A saying, Johnny be good, gonna play tonight.
It's Chuck Berry time.
Deep down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens. There stood an old cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny Be Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play guitar, so how did ring your bell?
I do that song myself at various jams and clubs. He's monkeying with the words a little, but his light show makes up for it. Billy and Jane have Beefmieter and Momquist on gurneys, and they're rolling them out. It's time for Glow to let those guys down.
Hey, you come back!
They won't be any trouble for a while.
Whoa, this is serious. B-Man, you kidding? Get in the truck! What are you doing, man? Come on!
Giving the crew cuts a concert.
Come on, let's get out of here. Come on!
The General is looking at this and splitting his jeans, as if Johnny B would ever work for him. He'd prefer to fry the General like an egg, especially after he learns what they were doing to Dr. Momquist. The doctor is the one person in this place that everybody respects. You don't do bad things to him without consequences. I'm afraid the Misfits are going to have to confiscate your little toy.
Where's Al? Sorry, bud.
Oh, my.
Well, it's about time. Don't you ever do that to me again. Now, where are my clothes?
Your clothes?
Oops, but there's no time to go back and get them. That was a mortar round. They gotta go.
Well, gentlemen, I think you're going to have to do a little face saving tomorrow.
A little. Define a little. I suggest you go back to the Senate and kill this project right now.
That's
They did it. Now it's off to the bunker where the weapon is. Speaking of which, it's making the news.
The Riverside Mesa that will house the neutron beam is currently under assault, as it has been all morning. So far, the Army Green Berets, the Special Squadron of the Air Force, and the Navy SEALs have been unable to make it past the bunker's secret water barrier. And from the looks of the reinforcements going in now, the Marines are having the same kind of luck.
Ultimately, even the Marines will give up. It would appear that this bunker is the most secure place on the planet. The Misfits have stopped at a little store to get Eldon some more clothes and Beef some more Snickers bars. The clerk recognizes Billy and calls the authorities. The voice on the radio and TV is identifying everyone involved with the Misfits. Miss Nancy is appalled.
If you have any idea of their whereabouts, call the FBI at area code 213-555-2147. We repeat that number, area code...
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
That's Miss Nancy being appalled.
I think we can drive onto guarded property and break into a bunker that the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force haven't been able to get into.
Exactly. Because if we don't do it now with the press out there to see it, I mean, it's not going to get done.
Well, I've been listening to the radio, and the Marines don't even look like they can get in.
Of course not. I helped design the bunker. Normal people and machines can never break through.
He says, but you people with Mr. Beef can do it. That's the whole idea.
I know we're taking chances here, okay? But the way I see it, it's the only way we're going to get out of this mess.
Billy's right. If we can get in there and expose the neutron beam to the press, to the world, then we might be doing a big favor for everyone.
See, the thing is, if that device destroys the world, that includes you. So you do have a cockroach in this fight. Take a selfish approach if you have to, but this has got to be done, and you're the only ones who can do it.
Whoa, wait a minute here. What? You guys kidding? What are these wussy looks I'm seeing here, huh? You guys got through an army last night. Don't you realize what you've done? No, I guess not.
Now we're going to find out why Billy is the leader of this bunch.
Last night I felt better about myself, about what I do, than I have in the past 5 years of my life. I mean that. Now, if you guys want to go around thinking of yourselves as like a bunch of weird losers or something, that's okay with me. I don't care. That's fine. But when I see you guys, I see something different. I see a team.
They're a collection of weird people who have found each other and found something bigger than themselves to get involved in. Not many people get to do that. As Thoreau said, most people live lives of quiet desperation. You guys have found a home, a family, a purpose. And frankly, you have Billy to thank for all of it.
I see a team that I know can make a difference in the world today. Now, you Misfits ready to kick a little bunny around here or what?
I'd follow this man to the ends of the earth.
Follow the man with the music.
No.
Follow me, everything is alright.
No.
Follow me.
Oh, heavens no. Johnny B would never listen to Muse.
Jane? Yeah? Would it be okay if I borrowed your lipstick? Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, she's crushing badly and she wants him to know. She'll be 18 soon, so there won't be any underage problems.
No.
Why?
Look, You're a terrific girl. I mean it. But what I didn't mean for you to think was...
You kissed me last night.
Yeah, I kissed Jane, too. I mean, I even kissed Billy. We were happy. We were celebrating. We're a team.
I was afraid of that when he did it. She's still a child and her emotions are all over the place. In the excitement of the moment, he forgot that.
It's just like at school, isn't it? They all pretended they're my friends, that they like me. Hey, Glow, like your hair. Love the way you tore up the mall.
I do like you. You're like a sister to me.
I don't want to be a sister. You lied to me. You did just what they all do.
I didn't lie.
Go ahead, laugh at me now. That's what they all do.
No, Gloria.
Laugh!
That could have gone better. Meanwhile, back at the truck.
You really meant that, didn't you? The part about this being the most worthwhile thing?
Jane. All my life I've been a goof.
I can empathize. And when you do find something that you understand is really worthwhile, it changes you. You're still a goof, but you're a goof with a good purpose and you know where you're going, sometimes for the first time in your life, as Billy is discovering. Being a goof isn't a bad thing if you do it right.
You know, you should have called me Hayes.
I tried to. No, I did. I really did. I got your machine, you know. If your first name starts with B and your last name starts with H,
I know you can take your romantic evenings and,
I got the message.
maybe you give up too easily.
When you get an answering machine message like that, I don't think so. The next step is a restraining order. But he deserved it. He told her they'd go on a nice date and he took her to a hamburger joint. That right there is being a goof and doing it wrong. Johnny B has spotted police cars coming their way. Dr. Mom has decided to stay behind and let them capture him. At least it'll slow them down a little and give the others a chance to get away.
Stop! I'm the man you want! I give up! I'm all yours!
Or maybe he'll strand himself in the middle of nowhere. Could go either way. On top of everything else, when they were breaking out of Humanidyne, several bullets hit the refrigeration unit on top of the truck. They're having trouble keeping beef cold.
But the question the whole world is asking, Senator, is do we really need another kind of nuclear weapon?
Let me answer that, if I may. Now, this country was founded on its strength and its ability to keep ahead of the world. Now, all I have to say to those people who don't wish to keep ahead is tough noogies.
That's military talk for neener.
Well, what's the problem? The who?
We have word that it's the Misfits. Again, that's the group that broke into Humanidyne last night. I'm repeating, it appears to be the Misfits of science.
She's still not sure what that means. Let's show her.
Come on, let's go.
Did you see that? It's incredible. It looked like a lightning bolt shot right out of his arm.
You are a very observant reporter, ma'am. They're off toward the bunker. General Thiel is ordering a full platoon of men onto the top of the mesa that's over the bunker. He's afraid this bunch might get past the barriers.
And then that neutron beam is going to rise up that elevator and pop out of the top like a barrel moon in broad daylight. I paid for that weapon, Strickland. And I'm telling you, it's going to be mine.
The country shouldn't trust him with one of these. The Misfits are on their way to the bunker. Gloria is still heartbroken, but hopefully it won't get in the way of whatever she needs to do. You never know with a 17-year-old. So what is this water barrier they're so proud of? Oh, that. Yeah, I guess that could be a challenge.
Hey, let's get out of here.
That's a bigger challenge.
A few hours ago, they were traitors. Now they are the hope of the world.
The world is a fickle place. Their only way out is for Beef to freeze all that water. But his temperature is up to 27 degrees. Doing it will thaw him out too much and kill him. They can't do that.
All right, Strickland. We're coming out.
While they were discussing what to do, nobody saw him take his thermal glove off. The water is all frozen so they can dash on through, but his temperature is up to 30 degrees. They have to find a way to cool him off soon.
We're going to the rooftop. Don't let any of them out of here alive. Let's go.
Anybody remember when generals led their troops into the fray? They're at the device, but the troops are right behind them and shooting. Johnny doesn't have enough juice for a lightning bolt, but he may have enough for a speed run. There's a button on the chamber that will send the neutron beam device to the roof where the world can see it. They just have to push it. He's a sitting duck. Gloria is his only hope, and she's still mad at him. There really doesn't seem to be any limit to her power. She'll throw over a dozen of them back and the rest will turn tail and run. Which leads me to ask the question, why can't she push the button with her telekinesis?
You okay?
Let's sit down, whether you're my friend.
One of the family.
Good enough. Now there's stuff to be done. Elle pushes the button and the weapon is on its way to the roof. So are Strickland and Thiel.
Well, of course, construction of the neutron beam will now be postponed indefinitely.
I expect that'll make a lot of people very happy. Excuse me, Senator, but there seems to be some activity on top of the mesa right now.
Oh, yes, I see that. Well, I'm not sure what that is, but it does look like Dr. Strickland and, yes, General Thiel.
At least the senator has good eyesight.
My God. They built it.
Built what, Senator?
The beam. They've already built the beam.
He could see the kinds of people he was dealing with. If he didn't expect something like this out of them, it's time for him to retire. It's high time our politicians stop looking for the lowest bidder and start looking for the highest ethics.
You gotta be kidding.
He's a general. His head is way harder than that thing.
Are you the gunnery officer? Yes, sir. Got a radio there? Yes, sir. Okay, that chopper up there, that is not to leave that mesa. Shoot it down.
So that's one of ours.
I'm a U.S. Senator, damn it. I said shoot it down.
The gunnery officer wimps out and tells his battery to fire a warning shot. The general didn't like that.
Stupid gooses. I'll show them what a real weapon can do. No! Get out of my way!
Enjoy your blood money, Mr. Strickland. You might even have enough to find a cure for the headache you're going to have when you wake up, assuming there's a world left to wake up to. Now will you shoot it down, dude? No, he won't. He's so deep in shock he can't do much of anything. That entire hill is gone. It's just gone. The Misfits have reached the top and they have to do something quick. The general is turning the chopper around so he can aim the next one at them. With Johnny damaging the tail rotor and Glow pushing the helicopter down, it looks like they've won. But no such luck. He's back for another try. Johnny doesn't have anything left and Glow is exhausted. She can make it wobble a little and mess up the general's aim, but that's all. It's up to Billy. It's up to Billy?
Billy! The helmet! Get it! Pass it to me!
It feels so much like a basketball, he's having flashes of failure. Glow is keeping the chopper from swinging around, but it's as much as she can do. It's now or never, Elle. saw all those cut-ins. We've been seeing them all along. Billy's mother in the beauty salon, some guys who wanted to play basketball with Elle, the assistant district attorney in charge of Gloria. Oh yes, and also Nancy.
Good night, bunnies.
Yes, she missed the whole thing because she was watching soap operas. When something that intense was going on, I find it a little hard to believe NBC didn't cut away, but the only daytime television I ever watched was after-school cartoons, so perhaps I missed something. The world is safe. Billy and Jane share a kiss that will never be referenced again. Beef is alive and well and will never be seen again. Why? Because they insisted on calling him Iceman, and of course Marvel protested because they already had an Iceman. God forbid we allow the public to have two. The story was good and the acting was superb. Larry Linville should have gotten an award for his performance, and I believe Gloria is an immature, hormonal 17-year-old. Everyone was good in this. Everyone except the editors. I mentioned all those cut-ins. They were badly overdone. In the course of 1 minute, we saw them 4 times. That's too much, and it interrupts the flow of the narrative. The quick cuts like the one I talked about are another problem because they're rampant and annoying. Stop getting fancy. Just lay it out and let the story tell itself without too much help from your cutting room. I already mentioned how underused Jane is. For most of this episode, she was tending to Beef, which is important, but doesn't give her much chance to shine. It won't get any better. Most of the time when something is happening, it'll be a case of, you better stay here where it's safe, and she becomes so much set dressing. By the final episode, she was gone, and I couldn't blame her. Both the General and Strickland have been reduced to their component atoms, so next time Humanidyne will have a new boss. And there's a fair chance they won't have any fat defense contracts, which will leave them free to focus on what they do best. Whatever that is. They're having trouble keeping. They better slow down, jeez. Several bullets hit the refrigeration unit on units. Good. Slow down. Slow down. Menos mozo. Despacio, por favor. You are a very... He's afraid this bunch. As Thoreau said, most people live lives of quiet desperation. Don't